I was originally hoping to do a 1 month on update, but with work and personal commitments this was delayed. I installed the CO2 system in January and it is now May, a further 5 months on, but I was able to take regular photos of the aquarium over the past few months, so can document and show the initial stages and what's been happening. How has the system been? How have my plants been? Did they grow or have they even survived? Let's find out. So how long did the CO2 canister last? I think that I originally estimated that this CO2 canister would last around 45 days based on the worked out usage for the size of this aquarium on a daily basis. For the first month I topped it up daily, but as the delivery system didn't fully empty, I didn't need to top up the full measured dose each time. After the first month, I then repositioned slightly the way the system was set up. I basically just moved the one-way valve closer to the top of the aquarium. Over the next month, although I didn't top up every day, for some reason it was now emptying faster. I presume that this was for some reason due to moving of the one-way valve, so I did need to top up a bit more into the delivery system each time. From month 3 onwards, I then only had been topping up 2 to 3 times a week. It is now the start of May and I'm still using the original CO2 canister, so this has lasted longer than I expected, which is good. So, how have the plants got on? As you will see, the plants near the CO2 delivery system have grown really well and fast, but the ones further away haven't grown as fast, but they are currently surviving, which is better than what I can say previously with my attempts over the past couple of years. Now, whether this is to do with the CO2 system, or just the plants I bought, or both, I'll let you be the judge of that, but please leave a comment with any thoughts you may have. What are my learning experiences? Over the first couple of days, I noticed that the CO2 delivery system was disappearing very quickly. I didn't believe it was being absorbed into the water that quickly, so presumed there must be a leak somewhere. So I simply put a clothes peg over the tube, clamping it near the CO2 cylinder and one-way valve. This seemed to stop the loss of any CO2 immediately, which now hopefully meant it was all going into the water. I think that the main learning from originally setting this up was the placement of the one-way valve. I originally put this close to the CO2 canister, but on hindsight I should have placed this further up the tube closer to the top of the aquarium, nearer the water. Why? Well, on trying my first purge of the delivery system, water ended up going up and down the CO2 tube, all the way down to the one-way valve. At this point I then realised my schoolboy error, so I simply moved the one-way valve closer to the waterline. Although after this, the delivery system did start emptying quicker again. After moving the one-way valve, I tried without the peg clamp for a couple of days, but CO2 was still disappearing quickly. Due to the position of the one-way valve, now I wasn't able to clamp the tube just before the one-way valve, so the position of the peg was still close to the CO2 canister. There still appears to be a slight CO2 loss, but not as much, so this does suggest that there is a slight leak on or around this one-way valve, but it isn't too bad and is manageable. Also, I found that the little purge cap was sealed on, so it was impossible to release while in the aquarium, which is one of the reasons why it ended up getting water down the tube. So be sure to make sure that you can remove and replace this before you set up the aquarium. So my final thoughts. It has lasted longer than I thought. It was easy to set up. It appears to have worked and has helped my plants to grow and survive, but may have also helped in the sudden bloom of the algae growth. You need to check for leaks. You need to make sure that the bleed valve is free. It is fairly cheap. Would I buy it again? Yes. Would I recommend it? Yes, definitely. Would I like to try one of the more advanced delivery systems that use regulators and bubble the CO2 directly into the water? Yes, but maybe on my larger aquarium. I think ultimately I'm happy and pleased with the result that this has given, and I'm pleased I've purchased it, set it up and used it in this aquarium. Okay, so if you made it all the way through, thanks for watching, it's much appreciated. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Obviously I'm trying to reach the magic 1,000 on subscribers, so any subscribers will be much appreciated and returned. So if you like it, please leave a comment, let me know, or also leave a comment if you think there's any ways I can improve. But thanks for watching.